name is Reed Hahn. I'm going to get right into it. Um, some ways that the lives of Frederick Douglass and Daniel O'Connor have inspired me and pushed me to be a better person, a more understanding person, is by really standing up for what I believe in. So in Frederick Douglass's case, he was very set on slavery not being a thing. Like he's a person who's escaped from slavery, made a new life for himself in Massachusetts, or married someone from Massachusetts, and he really embodied what it is to break away from something that was not serving him, slavery. In the same way, Daniel O'Connor opposed slavery. It might not have been in the case of the African American people. It may not have been him in America being enslaved, but the Irish were still persecuted by the Catholic Church, things like that. So both of these men, they made sure that their people were, you know, the best accounted for that they could be, in given the time and effort they put in on this earth, and they just made sure that they were speaking their truth and not allowing these outside forces, whether that be just Catholic, um, Catholicism in general, or um, the United States and the way their laws were set up to allow slavery, um, really negatively impact them in the long run. Of course, there's lots of trauma and things like that, but they made sure to do what they can with what they had. As far as what it would mean to me to be an international worker in a way, or work internationally, it would mean the world to me. I really enjoy travel. I enjoy learning about other cultures, and for me, I think of it as being a student of the world. Every culture, every person, wherever they are, they have something to teach you, whether that be positive or negative. Mostly positive. Almost all the time it's positive. And that can be through the way they talk, the way that food is shared between people, the customs of words, just words, not even how they talk, but just what the words mean. Because there's words in different cultures that literally cannot be replicated. And by me being in that international workplace, like if I was selected for this program, it would allow me to gain a better understanding of people in Ireland and just the whole world, because there's lots of cross traveling between countries. So I meet people from everywhere, and within that, I'd be able to better understand them and better empathize with them. A lot of things we see in the world that are negative are due to a lack of empathy and a lack of understanding, or wanting to understand. So the way I can be a better leader really would shine through by knowing more about people, knowing more about why they do the things they do, why the customs from their cultures are so vastly different from mine. And not vastly different in a bad way, but vastly different in just the fact that they're different, and that's okay. We're still all human at the end of the day, and by learning more about each other, I feel like we can better be a worldly civilization, because it's not how it was a thousand years ago, where yes, you had trade, but it's not like a transatlantic or Indo-Pacific. Like there's the world is a lot smaller. It's still the same size, but we can get places faster and have just more connections. So with that, we need to embrace that and be worldly, I'd say. Some challenges that I've had is dealing with eczema, and the way that's affected me is just not being able to move when I want to move. It Right now my skin looks pretty good, I'd say, but in past times, even right now, it's hard. It's something that isn't seen. My showers are painful. Just every day is painful because my skin is dry, it's cracking, things like that. But it helps me understand other people and their pain. It helps me empathize that just because I don't see someone physically going through something doesn't mean it's not there. And that's been a great tool for me, just to slow down, to reflect, to have the ability to be patient with people, because what we see is not all what's there. And in how I can, I guess, create a foster environment of understanding, of respect, is if someone's having a different perspective than me, is to just listen and I'm listening to understand. I'm not listening to combat what they're saying. This is a conversation. It's not a huge war. It's not an argument. It's just two people trying to understand each other. And the fact that we have differing opinions is great. Not everyone, even if I live next door to a person for all my life, their experience on this earth and mine will be completely different. Especially if there's a cultural difference too. It's like, just because we are human, to flip what I said earlier, we all have our own experience, and being okay with that, and being okay with understanding and not knowing everything will really serve me and everyone else to be more respectful to each other in the long run. So thank you, and thank you for your consideration.